Hi, everyone. It's Michael with Aimed Intentions. I'm happy that you're here today because today we're going to talk about happiness. Actually, it's more about how can we attain fulfillment in life. And there's this research article that was published in the summer magazine of MIT, which I don't have the access to the full article, but I did some digging and I have access to a press briefing on it. So I thought we'd get into it, but I found it's on MIT, Sloan Management Reviews, Twitter, X. So, what they go on to say here is decades of psychology research suggests there are three core qualities of experience that people need in life. So, you need this joy, achievement, and meaningfulness. So, really, those three core components are essential for trying to achieve fulfillment in life. So, the Twitter profile goes to say that, as shown, needing more of these minimums consistently increases life satisfaction with no diminishing returns. So the more you're meeting of these, the better. Average life satisfaction, so whatever scale they're using here, zero, none of those are met. One of those is met, two of those is met, three of those is met. So if you're meeting one of the three, you have a life satisfaction of 3.6. If you're meeting two of them, joy, achievement, or meaningfulness, 3.8. If you're meeting all three, you have the highest. It's from the source time well spent, way to value time could change your life. Yeah, interesting. Um, so I clicked on the link and it takes me to the actual article. Uh, Reading time 20 minutes, which we don't have. But Leslie Perlow and Salvatore Affinito are the authors. This is published in the summer uh, magazine, and it's a research feature. And so, calculating the subjective value of your time reveals where small changes in your weekly schedule can significantly boost life satisfaction and well being. So, I only have a little bit access to this. Um, uh, I like, you can like read this together. But which activities should we really prioritize if we want to craft the best life, our best lives at work and in life? Giving mounting evidence that happiness and satisfaction in life can yield performance and engagement at work. The question of how we spend our time to shape fulfilling lives is even more salient for leaders and their teams. Yeah, so true. This approach has enabled research participants to make small but meaningful changes in how they spend their time improving their life satisfaction. So, what approach is this? Our recent research drawing on detailed time and activity reporting from thousands of individuals has yielded new tools and metrics that quantify the subjective value of each person derives from time spent. Okay. So their goal was to explain how you can maximize the subjective value you derive from how you spend your time. And it may not require a major change, shifting 1 to 2 hours a week to a high value activity or recognizing how a low value activity can be enriched can make a big difference in how you experience life. Okay, so that's all we have access to. I found this press briefing that I do have access to. Oh, well, if you were paying attention, you can see where I work. Um, so, the new KPI for life. So, this is great. So for business owners, business people who have business training, you know what your key performance indicators are, your KPIs. Um, so this is how you can measure life. So they had this press briefing, and I don't again I don't read these ahead. I read them with you here. Traditional time management is about optimization and productivity, but do your hours actually deliver value? It's how we can they essentially found how they have greater insight into align their activities with what matters most. Traditional time management is about optimization and productivity, but what's been missing is a way to see if your hours actually deliver value. if they bring you joy, a sense of accomplishment, or meaningfulness. We bridge this gap and give people the clarity and agency to make small shifts and show that even small shifts can make profound difference in how we live and lead. So the thing I really take away from this is that it is so important to work on process improvement in your life, in your personal life, and have some optimization because it is delivering value and creating more life satisfaction and fulfillment. So they have this thing called the life matrix. Goes beyond the focus on productivity found in traditional time management tools, and for the first time makes it possible to assess whether you are crafting your best life with the 168 hours you have each week. Great. So, based on a personal jam type, a unique assessment of how individuals prioritize joy, achievement, and meaningfulness in life, in an inventory of weekly activities, researchers show how they can calculate your subjective value of time and capture how well you spend, how well the time you spend on the activities aligns with your values. Great. Okay. Oh, you can find this on your free app. Okay, so we can check this out. I'll put this and we can look at this after we're done reading this. Do, 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 do. All right, cool. It's a 3 by 3 matrix. Okay, we'll take a look. It's a way you can shift your time toward higher value activities through the design. Great. It's not just a personal tool, it's a cultural one. It opens up the door to deeper conversations around intention, well being, and what it truly means to perform at a high level. Even relocating just 1 or 2 hours per week toward more valuable activities can significantly enhance the overall life satisfaction and well being, both at work. Great. All right, I might sign into this and check it out. But let's finish reading the research. So they had 2,000 Harvard Business School alumni from recent graduates to those. Okay, so all over the place, working at over 900 firms. Great. Uh, in each study, participants were surveyed using the app-based tool that included multiple questions to determine people's individual needs for joy, achievement, meaningfulness, identify their weekly activities with rough time estimates, and rate each activity based on degree of joy, achievement, and meaningfulness each individual derived from it, and rate their overall well-being and life satisfaction. So this article was published, but I can't seem to get access to it. You have to pay for it. I wasn't going to, and I don't have that access through my university that I work for. About crafting your life project. The Life Matrix is a significant tool of crafting your life project, a research initiative born from one of yeah, okay. So really this is what it's asking. Are you living in alignment with what matters most? And then they did this in students. So um, they're defining a life well lived, aligning their weekly schedules with their values, and preparing for life's inevitable disruptions. And that's key. You have to prepare for the disruptions. Now, extending far beyond the classroom, the Crafting Your Life project supports thousands of former students known as lifers with worldwide tools. Great. Okay. I mean, I find this very exciting. It does kind of align with the tool I created to get more value out of your week, but they do have more science. Let me just unshare and see if I can access this for free. Okay, so doesn't look like it needs me to sign into anything. So I'll just click through this a little bit. I suspect that if you want this to be valuable, you have to spend a lot of time. How important is it for you to savor small pleasures in everyday life? It's important. How important is it? Yeah, very important. How important is it for you to engage in activities that feel significant? How important is it for you to derive meaningful? Yeah, that's very important. How important is it for you to feel joy in the moment? Yeah, that's very well, I'll put quite important. How important is it for you to derive achievement from your life? That's important to me. How important is it for you to gain somewhat important? How important is it for you to experience positive emotion in your daily life? That's very important. How important is it for you to feel that you make a positive impact on others? Great. So I am a triumvirate joy, achievement, and meaningfulness domain. I'm of 15% of users. You derive great value from joy, achievement, and meaningfulness in my life. Rather than seeing these as separate, you weave them together knowing that each strengthens each other by integrating multiple sources of fulfillment. You demonstrate happiness, accomplishment, and significance are interconnected facets of a truly rewarding existence. I do this. I spend more time eating and drinking with others. I get more value from hosting and attending parties. Oh, that's interesting. Feel closer to others. Okay. Very interesting. Well, maybe everyone here watching should do this. Now that you know your gym type, are you crafting? So this is where I think, yeah, this will take about 20 minutes to do. And it's going to go into this database. So I might do this on my own free time. And if I get 100 comments from different people on this video, I'll share my results. How's that sound? Uh, which would be a very significant accomplishment for me since my channel is very small. So I find this interesting, especially as a academic in medicine, that they do find that if you are achieving more, uh, uh, you're achieving. Well, how did they phrase it? I want to phrase it the right way. Oh, yeah. So if you are acquiring joy, achievement, and meaningfulness in life, it leads to a greater sense of fulfillment in life, and that you need to optimize your week and the time you spend in order to attain greater life fulfillment. I totally agree with this approach, and it's very interesting. And I wait till this meets the lay public since it was just published a month ago. Uh, Again, for those of you who keep on jumping in and out, this is from the original article that it's from. Again, I don't have the full access, but in this press briefing, we found that you can actually do your own life matrix at this website here. That's where I got it. And I think that's where I'll leave you all today. So I find this very interesting. This is how you can be happy and, more importantly, achieve life fulfillment. Um, and restructuring how your week is done. So it will take some investment on your own to actually go through this. Uh, Seems like it'll take about half hour, 20 minute, or half hour, 40 minutes in total. But you can all do it on your own. So this is Mike with Eight Intentions. Thanks for joining me. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.